Okay, so we're going to talk about just some random tips for things that we're all struggling with. So the first thing we're talking about is how to know a spouse, significant other, or family member that you have access to working their business, where to place them. So you go into your Coach Online office and then click My Business tab and then My Downline and Graphical Genealogy. So you're going to go in there and you'll log in and you'll see some coaches that you don't know who they are on one leg. And those are people from above you that people have signed coaches, and they just go underneath you. They don't count towards your rank, but they count towards your volume. So whatever legs you see those people on, that's going to be your strong leg. And you want to put that significant other, spouse, whatever, on that opposite leg. So your weak leg.
Okay.
So, because
for me, my left leg.
Yeah. So if your right leg is your strong leg, then you would put your boyfriend on your left leg.
Okay.
So, and the reason why we do that is because you get paid off of your cycle bonus. So if for every 200 volume points on your strong leg, say this is your strong leg, and 100 volume points on your weak leg, once you get that and you have 200 and 100, you get one cycle. So as an Emerald coach, that's $14. As a Diamond coach, it's $18. So that's another benefit of being Emerald, is you start getting that cycle bonus. And then Diamond, you make more for each cycle bonus. So say you had 200 over here and 97 over here. You would not cycle because you need that 100. So that's kind of how you look at your volume. And so if you put that spouse, significant other on your weak leg, you're gonna be able to grow their volume to grow your weak leg volume. So you'll be able to cycle more. So that's why we put them over there. Sometimes you just build them to Emerald. My husband, Jesse is actually under Matt's account, and he has 3 diamonds under him. So you never know, when you're adding people, who's going to end up working the business and not. So that's why you want to put them on your weak leg. So that's going to help your volume grow, because you know that you have access to that account if you're, growing that. So, and then the other thing is let me share my screen and show you guys some helpful tips. If you guys aren't in the My Team Beautifully Made group, make sure you get in there, because I've got all kinds of good documents and posts and things in there. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go away. Oh my gosh, stop it. Sorry. Your floating heads are in the way. Okay. So if you go to Photos and then click Albums, I have a ton of helpful information. So great help wanted posts. That's like coaching post, challenge group post, Shakeology post, coming out as a coach post. So Sarah, definitely take a look at these. These are kind of like how you announce that you're a coach. Even if you've been a coach for a while, you can always like make another announcement, like, I began as a coach. Life got kind of crazy, but I'm back on track. And then I always use that and turn it for your new coaches when you're telling them to. I always have them do their coach announcement as a challenge group invite as well. So if you click on those albums, you'll see that. You'll see samples of conversations I've had to invite people about coaching and products. And in here, these training tips are I was kind of going over some of this stuff. So just take a look in here. There's a ton of helpful information. So I made this the other day about volume training tips. So, don't sign up your significant other really. I mean, if they're already signed up, that's fine. But you don't really want to do that until you have another coach, because you don't get the benefit of cycle bonus until you're Emerald. So you want to make sure that you're benefiting from, you have somebody else lined up, because what happens too often is people are like, okay, I signed my husband up and I'm so excited. And then if they don't find a coach, then they're like, I can't afford 2 Shakos every month and, this and that. So it's beneficial to you when you have another coach, so you will be Emerald. So to get to Emerald, you need 1 coach on your left and 1 coach on your right. And then you add 3 more coaches on your weak leg. So say this was your weak leg. You're going to add 4 total. So you're going to have 4 and 1. And this is you growing your weak leg volume, because your strong leg is helped, by your upline. But so you're going to build that weak leg to 4 over here. The only exception is if this person is like, nah, is like not going to order their Shakeology again, then you have to put something over here. Because otherwise, if this person goes away, you're not Emerald anymore and you're not benefiting. So becoming Emerald unlocks the compensation plan, and that's how you start making cycle bonus. If you lose your active status, you lose all your carryover volume. So you want to make sure that you're staying active. That's you either buying or selling 50 personal volume points. If you want to be considered for Success Club, you do have to have 90 personal volume points on Home Direct. If you hit Success Club 6, it's not going to be logged in there unless you have that 90 PV on HD. If you just want to be an active coach, you only need 50 personal volume points, and everything is assigned volume points. When you're shopping, you can kind of look at that. But yeah, if you want to be considered hitting Success Club and eligible for leads and that kind of stuff, you have to have your profile photo done in your before photo in your little profile. That has to be done. And you have to have 90 PV on Home Direct. And if you want leads, you need that club membership, which gives you all the access to Beachbody On Demand. I use it every day because I don't have a CD drive in my computer. And then it also gives you access to leads and things like that. So those are things you have to be Emerald, have a club membership, have 90 PV on HD in order to get leads. And leads are cool because as people order online or from the infomercial, Beachbody knows that they need a coach, so you get assigned. And I had somebody assigned to me probably February, and I reached out to her and she became a coach. So you never know. Could be awesome challengers, they could be coaches. Leads are really awesome. So put business building coaches on your weak leg. For the most part, you do have to have at least one business building coach on your strong leg to get you to diamond, because you need one Emerald on each leg. So diamond is 4 coaches on each leg, and one of them on each side have to be Emerald. So obviously you still need a working coach on your strong leg, but for the most part, you're going to stack your weak leg so that you can cycle more. And you just basically want to keep an eye on your left and right volume. When you log into your Coach Online office, you can see that you want it to be a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you're stacking your weak leg and maybe you're like, okay, my legs are kind of even, because everybody's account is different. This is for the most part, this is how you want to build your business. But if your strong leg isn't super strong, then you might need to build up your strong leg so that you can have a 2-to-1 ratio and maximize your volume. Does that make sense? Am I going too in depth? Okay. All right, cool. So once you hit Success Club 5 or 10, whatever your goal is, put all additional sales through that other account that you have access to, because it's going to grow your volume and cycle bonus. When you make additional purchases other than your Shakeos, so like if I buy the Shakeology Boost or something else I want, or like another program, I always put it through that additional account, Matt's account, because that's going to grow my volume and cycle as well. Check your sponsorship drill down daily once you are Emerald. If you go back to your Coach Online office and click My Business, My Downline Sponsorship Drill Down, you go in there and you see, okay, somebody, if they're like at risk of being inactive, they'll show up and it'll say inactive and it'll be red. And that tells you if they don't order something by Wednesday night at midnight, they're going to go inactive and I would lose my Emerald, or I would lose my Diamond, or something like that. So it's really important to look at that a couple times a week once you're Emerald. So like, okay, if this person doesn't order, I'm going to lose my Emerald. So I need to either sign another coach or reach out to this person and see what's up with their Shako and why they aren't ordering it, things like that. So we can talk about that more later, but just know that, like, treat it like a business and don't be like, oh, Thursday morning, I realized I lost my Emerald. That sucks. Like, you want to be proactive about it and know what's happening. And that's exactly how I was. I had no idea that sponsorship drill down even was a thing. It was probably like a year and a half into the business. So I'd be like, oh, what happened? Why am I not Diamond anymore? And you don't want to do that. So learn from me. Just make it a habit. Drill that into your coaches as well once they're Emerald to be checking. Okay. So that was kind of all I wanted to touch on for that. And then I'll go here and show you, Sarah, when you were talking about your help wanted, or kind of like how to get started. And how to get started, I would just kind of talk about a little bit about your story, maybe what's happened, you've fallen off the wagon with a new job, you got busy, yada, yada, yada. People want to know that you're real, you're a person. So don't feel like you have to pretend like you're perfect. It's best when you talk about your struggles. So this is a really great post from Rachel. She says, you are your most valuable possession, Project Me Time. And she says, you can go in here and read it. And she basically, talks about putting herself first. And, my team is starting a challenge group starting May 16th. So please comment below, message me if you're interested in developing your own Project Me Time. I wouldn't say challenge group because people don't always know what a challenge group is. I like to say 3-week fitness and nutrition boot camp or something like that. So you can go ahead and look here too. And the next one is Join Me Next Challenge Group. That begins April 18th. So make it a set date. Don't just be like, message me if you want details. Nobody's going to message you. So you need to make it like a set date. It's not like, I'm here if you need me. And if you have been doing the programs, or even if it's not from the programs, it's just some results that you've had. Like I have a coach, Kayla, she just signed up. And she actually just, she was doing Advocare, and I had talked to her and asked her to, do Beachbody programs like 2 years ago. So she had been doing workouts, but just was doing her own Advocare. And so finally she came over and decided to be a coach. And so she posted, kind of like how she gained this freshman 15, she had stomach hair issues, zero energy, how she's found the challenge group and it sparked her motivation. And she has a free online challenge. Free online challenge group. Oh, well, we do have a free clean eating group that starts the first week, but I would probably not put free in there because you want to go for the invite and you want to be able to, talk to them about the challenge group. So as a new coach, and she had, 60 likes and, 28 comments or something. So, free groups are awesome and people love those. So the clean eating group I run is the first Monday of every month. So just put that on your calendar, first Monday of every month. So that'll be July 4th. Ooh, we might need to do it July 5th. But you can just post about that. And that's a great way to get people that have told you no, or on the fence, or you don't feel like you've built a relationship that you can ask them yet. So that's great too. So just some ideas of what to do for, making challenge group posts. But what I want to know is, if I go to your page and I look on your Facebook, if I'm looking and scrolling, I shouldn't have to scroll to like June 10th to see a challenge group post. So once a week, you need to be inviting somebody to a challenge group. Once a week, you need to be inviting somebody to coach. And I say once a day, do something where it's like, I call it a coach sprinkle post, where you're saying you're grateful for something. Maybe you were able to sit outside and work and, just enjoy the sunshine and, hashtag best job ever. It's not like I'm looking for 5 people to join my team. It's just little sprinkles of why you love your job. And by doing that, it makes people want to ask you what you're doing. And then also, as I do invite people with a private message, people are like, oh my gosh, it looks like you love what you do. And I'm like, I totally do. So that just kind of lets them know that it's something that you enjoy. And what you can do is, as people like those photos or comment on those photos, you can message them, even if it's just a like. You can message them and be like, hey girl, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the love of my post. I know it sounds silly, but sometimes it just means I just feel silly putting myself out there. So I just wanted to let you know it means a lot to me. So tell me about you. Are you into health and fitness? And just go in like that, because they liked your post about coaching or challenge group or whatever, and just go into it and start that conversation. And that has been a game changer for me. I started doing that about 2 months ago, just going through my last 5 posts and writing down everybody that commented or liked and they aren't a coach, or and I message them, hey, thanks so much for the love on my post. I know it sounds silly, but it means so much to me, because sometimes it's hard for me to put myself out there. tell me about you. Are you into health and fitness? Or if it was a challenge group post, tell me about you. Or would our next accountability group be something you could see yourself doing with us? Or do you think you could handle 30-minute workouts at home? Or have you ever thought about doing what I do as a coach? If it was a coach post they liked or commented on, just go in for it because they liked it. So that opened up the worms to, can of worms to be able to talk about that. And that has been a game changer for new coaches because so many times you're like, oh, I don't know how to talk to people. But if they like that, that means that they're showing support for you, so you might as well. So that's definitely been a great way to start reaching out to people that are, maybe they liked your post, but you're not really even entirely sure who they are. Just do it anyways. And the other thing is that when I have people that are, say I put people on my list, has everyone made a contact list yet? Okay. So if I'm going through somebody on my list, I'm like, I haven't talked to them in like 10 years. I will just start liking and commenting on their photos here and there as they post them. And then, maybe I'll do that for like a day or two. And then I'll message them and be like, girl, oh my gosh, you guys looked like you had so much fun this weekend. I loved your pictures from the pool. How have you been? It's been so long. And so I'll just add people. I look at like 5 people a day and I just interact with them on their page. And then I write their name on Monday and then I write their name on Tuesday to message. So you could just be like interaction. And it could be like, it takes you like 3 to 5 minutes to interact with people. And then on Tuesday, message. And that's where your hey girl messages would be. So you would send 5 hey girl messages. Hey girl, oh my gosh, I just saw, your picnic from the weekend. It looked like you guys had so fun. Your kids are getting so big. How the heck have you been? And so this is what I follow this every day. So I add 3 to 5 people on Facebook from the people you may know section. Just make sure that they're not friends with like mutual friends with coaches on our team, because that's counterproductive. Like I'm not going to go and add somebody that's friends with Michael because I want them to be a new coach, prospect. She's already friends with them. Clearly she knows them better than I do. So that doesn't help. So I scroll through and make sure they don't have mutual friends with people on our team. And then I add them. So I add 5 people a day. They're not all going to accept. That's fine. And then I send 5 hey girl messages a day. And that's from people I interacted with the day before, or that's from messages from people that have liked my last couple photos. And then I send 5 follow-up messages. So you can make these 3 or 5. I always do 5, but think of power of 3s. Add 3 people every day. Send 3 hey girl messages. Send 3 follow-ups. Send 3 invites to either a challenge group or a coach. And I can guarantee that you're probably not doing that right now, and that's okay. But I'm telling you, if you send 3 actual, just do 3, add 3 people, send 3 hey girls, send 3 follow-ups, and send 3 actual invites where, girl, I love your posts. You are so inspiring. Have you ever thought about doing what I do as a coach? Because I see your posts and I just think you'd be a rock star. Or, girl, oh my gosh, I love how, you and your kids are always outside. What are you currently doing for workouts? Because I just keep thinking you would be a perfect addition to our next challenge group. Have you ever thought about, joining us for a 30-minute home workout? Just going for that invite, 3 people a day. Make it non-negotiable that you do 3 people a day, because if you're not doing that every day, just know that you're not moving your business forward. It's going to be like, you don't want to keep following the same people every day. Like, hey, you said you were going to order this week. How are you? Hey, did you talk to your husband yet? You need to not put all your eggs in one basket. If I had every single person that said they were going to order and I just stopped talking to people that I thought were going to order, I'd probably up at Success Club 2 every month. If I only talked to the people that I was following up with and not inviting new people. So you have to know that some people are not going to pull the trigger. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and be like, okay, she said yes, I'll be Success Club 12, I'll be fine. I don't need to do anything else, because that will never work ever. People always find excuses. People always ignore you. People just know that's part of the business, and you won't have you just need to have some thick skin. People are going to ignore you. And it's not always that they're ignoring. People get busy and they forget. It's not them being a brat. Honestly, sometimes they'll be at the grocery store and check your message, and then they won't respond later, and they'll forget about it. So, and for you guys, one thing that I do is when I'm out and I'm checking my messenger, if I'll read it and make sure it's not anything urgent. And then if I'm not doing it, or if I can't answer right then, I will mark it as unread. So that lets me know that I can come back to it later. Otherwise I would forget. And so you can filter your inbox by just, unread messages on Facebook. And then that's what I do. I sit down and like I did that this morning. I had 27 messages because I sent out so many messages yesterday. So I had 27 unread messages when I woke up this morning. And so I just went through and I went down to the bottom and I answered the oldest to the newest. And I don't check the new messages as they come in. I go through and I respond to everyone. And then if somebody is responding to me, they're there now, then I can start that conversation. But you are not going to have that if you're not starting new conversations every day. And don't be stressed out. That's a good problem to have. If you have 0 messages in your inbox, you didn't do something right yesterday. So just know that, you want to be constantly talking to people. You want to be constantly inviting people, starting new conversations. And people are either going to ignore you, say, hey, how are you? Or that's it. They are not going to be like, you stupid freak, stop messaging me. So that's Sarah. That's kind of when you're like, or was it Sarah who was getting started? Maybe it was Carly, I forget. Basically, where do I go from here? Just send somebody a message. They're either going to say, hey girl, oh my gosh, hi, not respond, or that's it. They are not going to say, you're so annoying, you're such a freak, why are you talking to me? So just go for it and know that you have the opportunity to change somebody's lives. And if you're sitting there worried in fear, like they're going to think I'm such a weirdo, we haven't talked in 10 years, then you're not going to move your business forward and you're not going to change lives. So you have to think, do I want to change this person's life, or do I want to sit here in fear that they might think I'm a weirdo? Like, your chances are you're probably a weirdo anyway, so let them think that, if they respond, it's going to be like, hey, good to hear from you. It's been so long. What have you been up to? And then you can talk to them. Just catch up with them. And, when I catch up and I ask people what they're doing for work, I always say, even when I was still working full time, I would say, I'm doing my own health coaching business and doing this and just having a lot of fun. How about you? Always say that you're a health coach, because that's the whole reason you're messaging them. So that plants a little seed with them right there. Okay, so getting started is making a challenge group post, I would say. Or if you want to make a new, why you decided to be a coach, if you're getting restarted or haven't done that yet, do that. But definitely start with, where do I start? Well, make a challenge group post and invite people. You can take a look at how I do it. You can take a look at, you can follow some of the diamonds on our team. You can't copy and paste somebody else's and pretend like it's you, because it won't come across as you. But if you see something I posted or another coach posted and you like it, take it, make it your own and go with it. Just change it a little. You don't want to, nothing should be cookie cutter where it's copy and paste. But if you're like, oh, that's a great idea, I like that, take it and make your own. That's why I'm always sharing posts from other coaches that have made great posts. And I'll be like, here's a great idea, because that's the best way to learn, is from seeing other people do it. So that's how you get started. Reaching out, just, that's what you're going to add 3 to 5 people a day, send 3 Hey Girls a day, send 3 follow-ups, send 3 invites. And if you, I'll add these all on the team page. There is this awesome document, and it has what 3 people I added, my 3 Hey Girls, my 3 follow-ups. And so I print out a ton of these and I write it down every day. This was mine from this morning. And then whatever you use to track, then you can take this and add it in there. I actually use Streak, which is in Gmail. And if you want to learn more about that, let me know. I have a ton of videos of a girl that showed me how to do it. She actually made a ton of videos of how to set it up. But it's basically like it has little pipelines, and it has, this person's a challenger, this person I invited, this person I sent the link to. It's really awesome, and it's free, and it's in your Gmail. So that's how I do it. If you're a pen and paper girl, that's totally fine too. Just find something that works for you. What I was doing is kind of writing everybody in my planner, and then I would highlight them if they were coaching, or if they were a product, or if they were a follow-up. And then that was easy for me to go through and the week before see, okay, who do I need to follow up with? Who didn't pull the trigger? So there's so many different ways. There's nothing that I can say like, do it this way. It's whatever works for you. But just make sure you're writing everybody down, because do not think that you will remember people, because you won't. And it'll stress you out, and then you'll have a breakdown, and then you'll need to find something, which is exactly what I went through. So just let me save that from you and start right away with a system. Make sure you have a planner. You should write down everybody you talk to every day. And then that gives you, so now next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to this week, and anybody that I need to follow up with, or maybe I sent a hey girl message and I need to follow up with, that's where I find those people from the last couple of weeks. So make that non-negotiable that you write down everybody that you talk to, because you will not remember, I promise. Okay, so time management. This is the best thing that I can do, especially with kids, is write out your week and write down every single thing you have for your family, whether it's going to soccer practice or having dinner or Missy's birthday party, such and such and such. Write it all out. Then write out when you're going to do your workouts. Then write out an hour a day when you're going to work Beachbody, whether it's 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Bare minimum, hour a day, because that's what my power hour is. It's 1 hour of me being consistent and messaging people, and that's really all it takes, is 1 hour of messaging and then checking in with your coaches and challengers. If you have more time, then you're golden. But you can be successful in this business with an hour a day. So I would actually time block out, and you can do this in a planner. You can do this in Google Calendar. You can do it in iCalendar, whatever you want. And you can color code it if you want. If you're that kind of person, you can make it whatever. So maybe Beachbody is blue. And okay, I've got my workout and my personal development scheduled at 7 a.m. I've got this scheduled here. I've got my power hour scheduled here, things like that. So just go through and do that. And I think that's the best thing that I've found with other busy moms, or busy with lots of, jobs or whatever. So time block it out. And if it's different every day, do it for the whole week. And then know exactly when your power hour is. 7 a.m. Eastern time every day. I do a power hour Monday through Friday. If you guys ever want to join, it's the same link, and we just hop on and we're like, okay, 10 minutes, add 3 contacts to your network, go. And, it's nice because you can ask questions here and there, but basically we're just like keeping each other accountable and going through the process. So if you're ever free Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., you can always join there. And if you guys ever, if that doesn't work for you guys, you can find other people, maybe you guys can all do 6 o'clock for a power hour, and you can hop on and get it done together and keep each other accountable. So feel free to do that, kind of talk to each other. And also you can post in our Team Beautifully Made group and find a success partner. That was something that really helped me, is finding somebody that's kind of on your level that wants to really make this into something. And then message each other every day. Hey, how did you get your power hour in? Did you get your invites? How are you doing the success club? How's your challenge group going? Things like that. So I really enjoy having a success partner. It keeps me accountable. I tell them my goal is Success Club this by Wednesday. So check in with me and see how I'm doing. And I just saying that to somebody makes you like, I don't want to show up with 6 if I told them I wanted 10, so just kind of putting it out there helps a lot too. So find a success partner. And you can post in our team page, because I'm sure there's plenty of other people. We've got a ton of coaches on our team that would love to be paired up as well. So time blocking, write out everything and just make time for you. And you can put it in your calendar. And if somebody says, oh, can you do dinner at 6? And you're like, no, I can't because I have an appointment. You don't have to say your appointment is your workout, but, just put it in there. And then, and instead of putting everybody else's needs before you, you're going to get it done because it's on your planner. It's scheduled. And no, you can't do this at that time because you have something there. So that has really helped me a lot. Okay, so we talked about time management, getting started, reaching out, legs, and then new cold market and how to reach out to people on Instagram. So what I do is I don't search fitness related hashtags. I search things like relating to wine or peanut butter or German Shepherds, things like that. And then I find people that way that are into the same kind of target market as I am. I don't like to search fitness hashtags because they're either coaches or already doing a program or, fitness competitors or something like that. And not to say that fitness competitors will never be Beachbody coaches, because we've had plenty of people sign on that have been, but I like to find people that just are into the same interests that I am. So I will search, hashtag love to run or something like that. And then when I'm in there, I'll see a picture that kind of catches my eye. I'll go to that picture. So that brings me to their profile. I'll like 6 or 7 of their photos. I'll comment on 3. This is what 531 is. You go to somebody that looks like your kind of person. I make sure that they're female and from the US or Canada. And then you can't always tell, but for the most part, I try to do a little digging before I waste, 5 minutes of my time doing that. So you like 6 or so of their photos and then comment on 3. And I don't just say, good job or love it. Like that doesn't do anything. I ask an open-ended question. So it may be like, oh my gosh, that was a great pace. How did you feel on that course? Or how was the course? Or, something about running, whatever the picture pertains to, but something open-ended that they have to give you an answer back and not just say thanks. And I ask 3 of those questions and then I do 1 invite. And you can either do it from a direct message or you can do it just on one of their posts. I usually just do it on one of their posts and I say, oh my gosh, girl, I absolutely love your post. Your page is so inspiring, positive, whatever, insert some type of, compliment there. Are you on Facebook? Because we need to be friends. Or I'll say like, oh my gosh, I just stalked the crap out of you and I just love your posts. Are you on Facebook? Because we need to be friends. And if they're not on Facebook, that's kind of like, well, I don't know if you could be a coach because all of our training is on Facebook. All of this is. I've sold a couple things to people that didn't have Facebook on Instagram, but it was a lot of work and they didn't end up, being able to be a part of our challenge groups. So I really don't work with people that don't have Facebook. I've had a couple people make Facebook so they could work with me. But I really focus on, you'll find a lot of people that don't have it. So just be like, oh, well, if you ever change your mind or think about coaching, I just know you'd be perfect at it. So I just wanted to let you know, or something like that. And then I move on to the next person. But that basically my whole goal from Facebook from Instagram is to get people to find me on Facebook. Because on Instagram, my goal is to try to provide value, maybe share a recipe, a funny quote, something motivational. It's not like so much of my life on Instagram. It's more of value because people really focus on bright pictures. So make sure you take a little time, filter your photos, make them bright, eye-catching on Instagram, because people will tell from a hashtag in like a millisecond if they want to click to your profile or not. So that's why you take a little bit of extra time, and I'll use filters and things like that. And then from there, I don't know what I was saying. I don't know. It's just gone. I started to read Marcy's message and then I lost it. You do the 5-3-1 all at once or over a few days. So I do it all at once. It probably takes like 5 minutes to do one person. So I try to do like 2 to 3 people a day at a time. So if I do 10 minutes of 5-3-1 in the morning, I usually get through 2 or 3 people. And then I usually do a 5-3-1 later. But I would try to at least invite 3 people a day on Instagram. So yeah, but just ask genuine questions. I'll usually follow them. And I write everybody down that I 5-3-1 too. So I follow them, 5-3-1 them, write down their name. And if they're like, oh, I don't have in Facebook or whatever, then I usually go and unfollow them and, we'll go to the next person because I don't want to be following 17 million people. So that's something I do. Michael said, how many pictures do you post on Instagram a day? It really just depends. I always post 1, sometimes 2. I'm just taking my Facebook posts and slapping them over there, but I just try to focus on having posts that are more tuned into like adding value, like I said, because you get more of the personal side on Facebook. So you don't have to do that. This is something I do. Every third photo, I do like a white photo and then I turn it pink. That's just something that kind of looks branded. You could even leave it white. You don't even need to do that. But for me, I know that, okay, this is going to be a funny photo. This is going to be something inspirational. Then I'll do a recipe or I'll do a coach post. It just kind of teaches me to have a system in place and know, okay, I'm going to post 2 photos and then I'm going to post that. You don't have to do that at all. That's just something I did. So, but yeah, Instagram, if you, there's a pot of goals call I need to find that Tanner did on Instagram that was really awesome. So if you guys just do me a favor and remind me to get you that recording. Tanner is really great at Instagram. She's like passed me on Instagram. She does really great. So just remind me there. So I think, and then the other thing is have any of you gone through the 7-day training group that I run every week? Is that a no?
I don't remember.
Okay. I just started in the last couple of months. It is awesome. I will share the link now. And because I would like you guys to all go through it, whether you're a new coach or not, I would like you to go through it so then you can add your coaches to it, but I don't want you to add your coaches to it if you haven't gone through and done it yourself, you know? So let's see. Where am I posting this? So you guys can add yourself now and then go through and finish that up. So it's Tuesday, so you've missed 2 posts this week. So finish that up sometime before Sunday. And again, this is a great way to go through and add your coaches. The other thing I do, I'm sorry, I can't do 2 things at once. I just posted it in the Sparkle team page. The other thing I do is I take this new coach checklist and I send it to all my coaches. It's super simple to make your own. Here is the coach checklist. Give me 1 second because I will forget to do this. So I'm just going to post it all in there. So I'm going to share my screen and show you this. This is like, I used to send this new coach welcome email that was super overwhelming and super obnoxious and just really not helpful. And so I found this and I'm just kind of like in love with it. So, all right. So what you would do is when you come here, you would make a copy of this. And I have a video that shows you exactly how to do it that I'll send you. So you make a copy of this first. Don't edit it in here because then you'd edit my copy. So don't do that. So I'll show you how to make a copy. It'll save to your own drive and then you can edit it. So you can keep our team name. If you don't have a team name yet, that's totally fine. You can edit it at any time. And then, you know, just kind of read through here because I think it says our team name again if you ever change that. So just kind of read through that and what it says. But it's basically just like, hey, welcome to our team. And then has them do their first and last name. Okay, so start working out and using your meal plan. And it talks to them about Beachbody On Demand. And they know, okay, I will get charged for this if I don't cancel it. How to get and stay active. Okay, I understand how to be active. I'm active with a 90 PV HD order and things like that. So then it talks to them about the National Wake Up Call. Download Zoom. Our team call is Thursdays at 7. Okay. Like these are all things that like I slowly have to tell people every time I talk to them. And now I have it in one place and they have to check like, okay, I set up a text reminder. Like it's so awesome. The only thing is it doesn't save if you exit out of it. So I just tell people to keep your browser open. Or, I mean, it's just clicking boxes. So remember where you are. And then the next time you'll go back, click the rest. Understand the importance of Shakeology. So this is the creator of Shakeology. He has a quick video. What is Shakeology? And then this is a funny Tony Horton video. If you've ever seen this, a lot of times it's at the end of programs and stuff. He like tells you everything that's in it. It's funny. I watched the videos. I know this. I checked out recipes. I will notify my sponsor if I plan to postpone my home direct order. So instead of me being like, shoot, I forgot to tell you, you're on auto shipment. My bad. They know it's their responsibility to figure it out, which I love. I also have a discount coach one that's a little different as well. Finding answers, FAQ. Still no answer. Google it. Still nothing. YouTube it. Still nothing. Go to our team page. Still lost. Ask the question on our team page. If you're really lost, contact your sponsor. So, just basically telling people giving you the reason to know how to figure it out yourself. Know how to contact coach relations, navigate the coach online office, set up your website, enter your before photos, set up your direct deposit, how we earn money. And these videos are all 2 minutes long. So it's not a ton. I've had people do it in a day. I've had multiple coaches do it in a day. Some people will take longer, but it's seriously, this is everything I used to say in the first 2 times I got on the phone with them. So I saved myself so much talking to people by sending this. So I'll teach you how to make this your own. It'll take 15 minutes, maybe not even that long, maybe 10 minutes to make it your own. Because if I send this link to people, I get that coach's response, and you don't want that. You want to get their response and see what they had to say. So you make your own, so the responses come to you, and you can read what your coach had to say. Talks about Success Club, Success Starters, which is your free Success Club or your free summit ticket. Understand the importance of Emerald, why to sign up your spouse, significant other, how to enroll coaches, and then 2 of my videos of Girl Boss training. There's seriously so much stuff in there, so much stuff that I wasted hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my life. And then there's some about you questions I have them answer too. And then they say, okay, I scheduled my first one-on-one call with you, and you can just leave your number and say, okay, I texted Marcy and I scheduled my first getting started right call. So it just makes it literally so easy for them. So I will share with you how to do that. In the pin post of the Beautifully Made is our Google Drive, and you can find everything here. There's so much helpful information. So if you click welcome email 7-day training, that's where you'll find the what I want to say, checklist that I just showed you. And then there's also a discount coach one. Nope, it's not there. I'm gonna copy this into the team page really quickly. This is how to create what I showed you. That's how to make it your own. So I will post it. So I posted it in here, the 7-day training, and then, no, dang it, that didn't work. Copy. There you go. So that will show you exactly how to make that your own so that you can send it to your coaches. Because you sending your coaches my checklist isn't going to be very helpful because you won't see their responses. So my process, really quickly, I sign on a coach. Yay, I'm so excited for you. Here is your new coach checklist. This is your main priority. Once you finish it, I get to add you to our team page and introduce you to our awesome team. You'll love them. I'm so excited for you. So go through this checklist. If you have any questions, let me know. I don't add them to a team page. I don't add them to any training. I send them the checklist. I don't talk to them until it's done. And then we get on the phone and I add them to our 7-day group. That's what I want you guys to go through. That starts every Monday. I clear it out every Monday morning and I repost everything Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's cool because it's ongoing. If you have somebody sign up on a Wednesday, you can get them added on to get into that group and say, okay, your new coach training starts on Monday. So make sure you get your checklist done before that, and then I'll get you into the training. So I get them into that 7-day training Sunday night, and then they can start on with us. So that helps so much. The 7-day training really helps with social media. It helps with understanding how to do your new coach post, how to talk to people. It's me training your coach for you. So definitely utilize the checklist and that 7-day training, and that will take so much stress off of you when you talk to them, that when you talk to your new coach, my Getting Started Right call is basically me getting to know them, asking them about their goals, talking to them about their why, and then giving them examples of how I start conversations with people, and that's it. So they understand what Success Club is. They understand what all those things are. They might have questions about it. They've heard it, but they may have more questions. But it seriously has been a game changer. So that will help you save hours and hours of time in training. Because I used to say the same thing, like for an hour and a half. My Getting Started Right calls used to be an hour and a half long, and I would tell them everything. And I would do that with every single coach. So I don't have to do that anymore, and you don't either. So I think that's just about it. I would make that your big priority this week, that you do get that checklist created, because it'll take you literally 10 minutes to make it your own. And there's a video on how to do it that I just pasted in there. It says, watch this video to learn how to make your welcome email, and it'll show you how. Just make sure you make a copy and do not edit mine. Okay, so what did I had you guys talk about your weaknesses, and then I think I had you bring like 2 or 3 action items that you wanted to do. So what would you say your action items are that you wanted to complete? I had over the next week.
I want to work on personal development and posting more on Facebook and Instagram. And invite.
Okay, good. Also, next week, Monday, is the Post Like It's Your Job group. That's a really awesome group. I post 3 posts a day in there, and I say, okay, today is our Motivational Monday post, or Never Miss a Monday post. Here's a sample of mine. Make it your own. Post yours, a screenshot of yours below, and I do a prize each week for who posts all 3 posts for 7 days. So that is a really fun group, and it really teaches you how to post, and you can look at other people and be like, hey, can I run this by you guys, kind of thing. So I will share that group. And as you add new coaches, I would probably not add them to the Sparkle Empire team page anymore, because you're going to be adding them to a ton of other groups. So I would probably just add them to the Beautifully Made group. And once you're Emerald, make your own team page too, so you can add them to that as well. It just shows you're a leader. It just makes you be able to create your team dynamic, because, you know, everybody is a little different. Like, I feel like I attract people that have similar interests in me, but they're not me. They're a little bit of me, but, you know, a lot of them. So it's kind of cool, because as you branch out to your own team, you're going to find people that have more similarities with you, and that's how you create that awesome team dynamic. So once you're Emerald, create a team page. You don't have to upload all the files I have or anything like that. It's just basically somewhere where you can check in and be like, hey guys, I just invited my 3 people today. How are you doing? Or what can I help you with? Or today on my personal development, this was my takeaway. How about you guys? You know, just super simple like that. So I will share the Post Like It's Your Job group in the Beautifully Made, and you guys can add yourself there. What personal development are you doing, Carly? You're muted. Still muted.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I haven't started anything yet, but I have like an hour drive to work, so I want to get some
Okay.
the book.
I would say I love the Compound Effect. You guys can download Audible. It's an app, and I guess you sign up with your email address and you get 1 free download. So you could use the Compound Effect as your free download. It's $16 a month if you don't cancel it. And then you get 1 download a month. So for $16 a month, I get 1 audiobook a month, which I love. But if you want, you can always cancel it. And if you have a separate email address, you can always sign up for that and get a couple of free books. I did that probably with 2 or 3 books before I started paying for it. So you can always do that too. Just make sure you cancel it if you do that. But yeah, so Audible, Audible. and that's through Amazon. So you may have to go to Amazon or audible.com to purchase the book, but then in your app it'll show up. The other, go
I
ahead.
have Amazon Prime. Does that like discount it or anything, or is it nothing? Okay.
No. Team Beachbody Coach is a podcast as well. So if you have a Samsung, or I'm sorry, if you have an iPhone, go to podcast and then download the Team Beachbody Coach and also the Shalene Show and Build Your Tribe. Those are both Shalene Johnson. I love her. She's from PIO and Turbo Jam, and she also does a lot of personal development. So those are 3 things you can get on podcasts. And the cool thing about that is you can download them on the podcasts on Wi-Fi and then listen to them anywhere and not use your data. So if you're driving or whatever, you don't have to use your data, which is what I love. And Audible, you do the same thing. You download it when you have Wi-Fi, and then as you drive, you don't use your data. Okay, so the compound effect, go for no, go pro, and entre, I have no idea how to spell this, newer roller coaster. Those are some of my favorites books. And you can get those as audiobooks. You can go to your library. You can get them used on Amazon. Jab, Jab, Right Hook is awesome. That is not an Audible. That's a book. So those are kind of my favorites. If you're looking for personal development, those are really great. And so make it non-negotiable that you're doing 30 minutes a day. When you are feeling like you're not a successful coach and you don't think that you can do it and you don't think that you can be a coach, I guarantee it's because you're not doing enough personal development. So when you're like, oh, I can't do this, that's you being like, okay, I need to do like an hour of personal development today because I've been slacking. And I'm really bad at that too. I had a really rough month last month, and I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't been doing personal development. Like I can't just expect to, continue to grow if I'm not pushing myself. So you can become complacent, and that isn't helpful. So you just want to make sure that you're always pushing yourself. Okay, so good goals for you, Carly. Michael, what are your 2 or 3 action items for this week?
So my biggest thing is I need to start posting to Instagram consistently. I'm really good about Facebook now, but my Instagram is struggling.
Okay.
And I need to start inviting people to coach. I haven't been doing that. I've been inviting people to join challenge groups and stuff, but not coach. So that's definitely something I want to do. And I want to make sure I'm adding the 5 new followers that I don't know, like the people I don't know.
Good. Yeah, and just making sure that you're doing 3 invites a day. When you actually make it a point that you're like, I'm not going to bed because I didn't get this done, and this is basically me showing up to work, not doing something my boss told me it had to be done today, and just leaving anyways. So you wouldn't do that. If somebody's like, you have to do this today before you leave, or you're not going to get paid. That's me telling you, you're not going to get paid if you don't do your 3 invites a day. So just make sure that, and I love this. Where is it? Let me go to, I have a live power hour group that it's just nice because it kind of breaks down exactly what you do during a power hour. And if you look at the files here, there's a really awesome, that's what I print out. That's where I was like, this is the add 3 people a day kind of thing. So I'll post this into your team page too. So just ask to join the group, and there's some helpful files in the file section. Does that work? No. There we go. So basically everything I said I'm sharing, I put in Sparkle Empire as we were talking. So yeah, but that is very helpful with, having that there and saying I'm not going to go to bed until I filled that out. So let me go here and I'll show you what it looks like. And there's awesome scripts for messaging people, like power hour tasks. And then here is the power hour checklist that I print out. So I love this because I just set my phone alarm. I put my phone on airplane mode, and then I just set my alarm, my timer for 5 minutes, and I, add my 5 people. I write them down here. Send 5 Hey Girl messages. I write them down here. 10 minutes follow-ups, and I write them down here. So I just really love this. And then also a lot of times when you are doing your power hour, you think of, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. So I have this little brain dump section where you can put things to there. So yeah. And then social media posts. The only thing different I do is this last 10 minutes I spend to 5-3-1 instead. I need to edit that, but that's the only different thing I do. But that's really cool. If you have 30 minutes, just get the first 30 minutes done. If you have 30 minutes later, do the second 30 minutes. If you do your power hour and then it's 8:30 at night and the kids are in bed or you don't really have anything, spend 30 minutes and just follow back up with your inbox and see if there's people you can respond to. Little things like that make a big difference. So, okay, good stuff. And let's see, Sarah, what's your goals, task list that you want to get done this week?
Excuse me. This week I just need to really get back into it and start posting to Facebook. I have been doing my PD, but I think I need to switch up books. I'm partway through. I've got like a couple of chapters left in the $100 startup, and I just need to put it down and try something else.
I haven't read that one, but I was like that with a couple of them, and it was like I just really didn't look forward to it, so I didn't want to do it. And that means it's not your thing. So yeah, just find a different one. Have you read any of the ones that I suggested in the chat?
Not yet, no.
Okay, yeah. Start with some of those. Those are good ones. But yeah, you can't make yourself do it. They'll usually speak to you if you need them.
Yeah, I've got them written down.
Okay, cool. All right, so getting back into it, PD, what else? One more, anything else?
Nope, I think that was basically it. I mean, the getting back into it is the posts on Facebook and the inviting people and actually having a power hour.
Okay, so that's a lot. Okay, yeah, and I want you guys all to reach out. If you guys can't can anybody do 7 a.m.?
I can't because of work.
Okay.
Same here.
Okay.
And sometimes I can, but my schedule changes.
Okay, so you guys need to find something that works for you. So maybe, in the group chat that Jesse started, you guys can talk in there, or Sparkle Empire, whichever. But find a time that you guys can all kind of get together, or at least 2 people. Even if you find a success partner, it's just the 2 of you. Like most mornings, a lot of times it's just me and Sarah Smith that show up every day. But if anybody else comes, it's awesome. But just have that's non-negotiable. That's my time, and find a time that's going to be convenient for you. Okay, so Marcy, what is your goal for this coming week?
Scheduling posts, because I've been slacking with posting, personal development, and inviting people.
Okay, so do you have a posting schedule? What are you going to do to kind of try to get better with posting?
Yeah, I have a posting schedule taped to my wall, so I've been on Hootsuite, and I'm trying to throw stuff in there that I can schedule, and then as I work out, I've been trying to take videos and saving those. And
okay, so yeah, just kind of stick to it. And the best thing I can tell you guys too is be constructive and kind of go through and look at your own post and say, okay, let me go through my last, scroll through my profile and see what I can see. Would somebody know that I'm a coach and they can join me if they want? Would someone know that I run monthly fitness challenge groups and they could join me if I want? And would somebody know that I love German Shepherds, wine, peanut butter, pizza, things like that? So I just did this with Danielle Mullen today. She's one of our diamond coaches, and I went through and I said, okay, I just see a lot of Beachbody, a lot of fitness, a lot of motivation, but I don't see any Danielle. So, and you have to kind of be able to take a constructive eye. And that's another thing why a success partner is great. It's like, can you go through my posts for the last couple of days and tell me what you think I should change? And, so for me, I went through mine today and I was like, oh my gosh, all I do is coach posts lately. It's like, here's my belly, or here, do you want to join my team? So, I do that to myself too. It's not like, you're just a perfect coach all the time. You have to be able to go back through and take a look at that. So I just shared in the Beautifully Made the post like it's your job group. So go ahead and add yourselves to that. That will start on Monday. And then I get, like I said, if you do all 3 posts for all 7 days, then you get a prize. And that's cool too. So, but that's a really helpful, if you guys have any working coaches, definitely get them in that. That's very helpful. So your homework for this week is to add yourself to the 7-day group and go through. So you'll have to get caught up with Mondays and Tuesdays. Go through and be a participant. I just pretend you're a brand new coach doing it. So you will know what your coaches are doing. And then take that new coach checklist and make it your own. Make a copy, edit it, and it'll take about 10 minutes. And then you'll have your own link to send your new coaches. And that will be a game changer because it'll save you hours and hours of time. And so it doesn't matter if you don't have any coaches. I would still get it done. Then you can save it to your Google Drive. Everybody has a Google Drive. So you can save it to your Google Drive, and then you'll have it done. The other thing I do is I made a copy. I have one master copy in my Beautifully Made team Google Drive, and then I have one that's in my own that nobody has access to. So you have a Google Drive. I have like April Personal, and then I have Beautifully Made. You guys only can see the Beautifully Made. And I have in April Personal, I saved the master copy of that. So if somebody does edit it, I don't have to be like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and change all of this. So I would save an extra copy there too. But like I said, it'll just take 10 minutes to edit, and then you have it. And anybody that you have sign up, you're ready to go. So any other questions or anything? Was this helpful?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. So do your 7-day training, get your checklist done, and try to find a success partner this week with whether it's with you guys or you can always post in the Beautifully Made page. And let me see. I will add you guys to my personally sponsored page too. I have a coach group for just my personally sponsored. I don't post a ton of stuff, but I do I do raffles for coaches, like, if you sign 5 coaches, you get entered to do this or things like that. So I want you guys to be able to participate in that. Are we missing anybody besides Caitlin? I think that was all of you guys. How do you find a success partner? Do you want someone new to coaching or more advanced? I would just try to find somebody that's kind of on the same page as you. If you're a mom, it typically works great to find somebody else that's a mom. If you're a fur mom, it usually works great to find somebody else. I've had moms as success partners when I wasn't, and it was fine. But typically you kind of already have that understanding that my kids come first, things like that. So, but basically it's kind of like speed dating. So just make a post and be like, my interests are, and my business goals are, and my schedule or I work or do this, or this is my job. I'm looking for somebody else that wants to move their business forward who's interested. I can even just make a post about success partners and have people comment below. We've done that in the past. So I'll make a post tonight in Beautifully Made, and you guys can all kind of do a little speed dating about you and see if you find somebody that has similar interests and you can just reach out to them. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. So if you guys can join, our team call is going to be every Thursday at 7 p.m. And maybe we'll try to do just us like once a month. Maybe we can do it more. For now, I'll just say once a month, and we can do, what's today? Today's the 21st. So maybe we'll just do like the first Tuesday of every month, like 6 p.m. Do you think that would work?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just add that to my schedule. First Tuesday every month. And then just kind of consider the Thursday night calls as our team call. That's for all of us. That's where I have awesome guest speakers and all kinds of good stuff. So just put that in your schedule every Thursday at 7. Oh, one last thing for personal development. If you just go to my YouTube. All of my past team calls are all there.
To start, so the first thing you want.
So let me find myself. So I'll show you how to do it. So you just go and find me. Maybe the computer's being so slow. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. Maybe not. Okay, one other thing too is like this call, I haven't gotten a chance to watch, and what you can do is you have a watch later. So I've already added it to my watch later list. So if you find something or somebody posts something in the team page that you're like, oh, you have to watch this call, and you're like, I don't have time to do right now, I put it in my watch later, and then when I need some PD, I just go to my watch later list, and that's really helpful. So if you find me, what is happening? Faces. I don't know. Why can't I figure out how to find myself? My channel. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work. Okay, so once you find me, you just go to playlists. And then I have it all organized. So if you go to, there's a couple of different categories. Coach training videos, quick tips. There's some things you might want to watch in here. These are like 5-minute or less videos that are helpful, like how to set your preferred placement. And Sarah, when you're ready to look at your legs, you'll watch that video, how to set your preferred placement and stuff. But this is really great. How Run Pink, Run Happy team calls. There's 52 videos. I would start at the bottom first and go up because the oldest ones are at the top. So start at the bottom and work your way up. But that's just like, seriously, that's like 52 hours of personal development in there because our team call is usually about an hour long. New coach training. These are kind of things like our call right now tonight, I'm going to put in there. Basically like just general tips. If I get on a call with people, I'll put in there. And then this is really great too. This is how to battle objections in 60 seconds. There's 6 videos. They're 60 seconds long. And it's like when somebody says, I don't have the money, and it tells you how I respond and things like that. So client videos, there's one on how to take your measurements if you ever want to send people that. So yeah, coach training tips, how to battle objections, and Run Pink team calls are all going to be helpful for you. So I did not mean to blabber so long to you. So I am going to, I'll upload this recording so you guys can rewatch or share with anybody as you get coaches. And I will make a post for Success Partners, and you guys can comment there and hopefully find somebody that works for you. Okay?